If you've been to the channel before, you'll know that posture isn't really something that we need to be too concerned about. The evidence tells us that people with stereotypically good posture and stereotypically bad posture have no differences in neck and back pain. What it does tell us, however, is that we all need to try and move a little bit more, and it's the sedentary nature of desk work that can bring on these niggly aches and pains. So with the current climate as it is, and with more people working from home, it's important that you know what to do. And that is why in today's video, I'm going to show you some brilliant stretches that you can do throughout the day. And whilst you're watching, I'll talk you through how to do them. I'm also going to give you some really useful information about pain in general. And make sure you stay tuned until the end, where I'll give you some useful hints and tips to try and help you remember to do them during the day. Because we all know it can be quite easy to forget. Hi there, it's Luke from Genuine Physio, where we bring you honest, evidence-based information and education to get you guys back on the road to recovery. If this is the first time we've met, then do subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more of our content. And if you do enjoy what you see, then a thumbs up really is appreciated. As always, there'll be some useful links in the description below on today's topic, and we'd love to hear from you, so come and find us on all of the main social media platforms. And with all of that out of the way, let's get going. So we're just going to start off with some fairly simple neck mobility exercises. Now, whilst you're watching them, they are fairly self-explanatory, so I'd like to just highlight one very important topic. And that is that if you are suffering from neck and back pain and you do have a desk job, then you could definitely be getting the pain because of the physical nature of sitting down for prolonged periods of the day. However, pain is very complex, and there are many other factors that also contribute to the amount of pain you experience. Things that we all experience on a day-to-day basis. Things like stress, worry, fear, anxiety, poor sleep hygiene, poor nutrition, lack of exercise, social isolation, and even financial worries. And that is why I've put a few videos together to try and help you guys understand pain a little bit better. And if you'd like to look at the one I did on the different factors that affect pain, you can find a link to that video above my head. So, back to the exercises. Now, when it comes to stretching, you should feel that stretchy sensation in the muscle that you are lengthening. And if you can't, you may need to add a little bit of overpressure, like I'm doing here with the opposite hand. If you want to get a bit more of a stretch with this side flexion exercise, what I'm doing here is anchoring with one hand on the chair, which really helps get that length through the side of the neck, and then pulling down with the opposite hand. Moving on to shoulder shrugs, what you're going to do here is bring your shoulders up to your ears as far as they'll go, and then gently lower them. Now, what I want you to concentrate on here is on the downward phase of the movement. Really try and stretch your shoulders down. You can try and push your hands down to the floor or your elbows down to the floor. But you really want to get that nice stretching sensation in the side of the neck. And here we're just gently rolling the shoulders forwards, and then we're gently rolling the shoulders backwards. And this should help with any tightness or discomfort that you have in your upper traps. These upper back stretches are mainly going to work on your latissimus dorsi, also known as your lats, your rhomboids, and your trapezius. Probably more so your middle and lower fibers of trapezius than your upper fibers of trapezius. We've just worked on those. Now, with this exercise, what you're trying to do is stretch your hands as far above your head as they'll go. And if you really want to exaggerate that stretch down the side of the shoulder blade, you're trying to pinch your ears together with your upper arm. With this stretch, you're trying to push your hands out as far in front of you as they'll go, and that should bring on a nice stretch across the upper back. And then as you rotate, you should feel a stretch along the side of the shoulder blade and maybe down into the trunk slightly. So this is a really nice stretch for those lats that we were talking about earlier. So what I'm doing here is I'm anchoring with one hand onto the chair leg and then reaching over as far as I can with the opposite hand. And what you should feel here is a nice stretch all the way from the shoulder blade down the side of the trunk. Now, with all of these stretches, what you might want to do is just, as you start off nice and easy, but as you get a bit warmer and as you become more confident, you can take that movement a little bit further each time. So in the next exercises, you'll find that we're working our way down the back, and you should feel different muscle groups getting involved. So here you should feel the muscles in your middle and lower back being stretched. So in this exercise, what I want you to do is you're going to gently turn your body, reach around, and you're going to build up to holding on to the back of the chair and getting a lovely rotation through the thoracic and the lumbar spine. If you have some tightness in your back and this is too much too soon, then what you can do to start off with is just turn your body slightly and use your opposite hand as an anchor on the opposite leg. You will still get some slight rotation in the spine, and if there is some tightness there, you should still feel somewhat of a stretch. We're going to get the upper and the lower back involved again in this exercise. Essentially, what I'd like you to do is gently lean forwards and touch your hands on the floor. And you should feel a nice stretch through the lower back, all the way through the middle of the back, and maybe up even into the neck, depending on how tight your back is. Now, like I was saying earlier, what would be a good idea is to try and move your hands slightly further back each time you complete the exercise. What you can also do to try and get a bit more out of this exercise is when you lean forwards, add a bit of left or right rotation so that you're getting both a nice stretch through the left and right side of your back. Similarly with the thoracic rotation exercise, what you're trying to do here is gradually build up so that you're confident to hold on to the back of the chair leg, and that will provide you with the anchor point that you need to pull on to give you that brilliant stretch. Your glutes play a significant part in how your back functions. So if they do get tight, they can cause a little bit of back pain. So it's important to stretch them out when you can. So very simply, in this exercise, all I'm doing is bringing my knee up to my chest. Now you can hold this for up to 30 seconds if you'd like to. If you don't feel like this exercise in isolation is giving you enough of a stretch, you can progress it. And if you did want to progress it, all you need to do is bring your knee up to your chest and then bring your opposite arm across, hold on to your ankle, and then pull your ankle towards you. And that should bring on a really strong stretch down the outside of the glute. And again, you can hold this for up to 30 seconds if you would like to. And if that still doesn't work for you, then I have one more option. In this exercise, what you're going to do is lift your leg up and place your ankle on your opposite thigh. Now, in order to feel the stretch in your glute, what you need to do is push down on your knee. You should feel a stretch at this point. If you're already quite flexible in your glutes and you want to progress this further, what you then need to do is gently lean forwards, and you should feel a stretch deep into the glute area. Now, a couple of important things to note. In gesture of being completely genuine and transparent, these stretches will help you keep moving throughout the day. However, they're probably no better than going for a walk before, during, or after work, or any other physical activity for that matter. It's recommended that we all do 20 to 30 minutes of physical activity every day, regardless of our occupation. However, this doubles for people that have a sedentary job to try and counteract the negative effects that has on our bodies. And secondly, you may be wondering how many of each exercise you should be doing. Now, if you do want to treat the video as a specific flexibility workout, then I would recommend completing each exercise 10 to 12 times with a 20 to 30 second hold. However, like I said earlier, the main aim of the video is just to try and keep you moving regularly throughout the day. So picking 2 or 3 of your favourite exercises from the video and doing them intermittently throughout the day for a few minutes is also absolutely fine. Now, I told you at the beginning of the video, if you did stay tuned until the end, I'd give you some useful hints and tips to help you remember to do them during the day, because it is quite easy to forget. So tip 1 is use your phone. Set an alarm on your phone at convenient intervals throughout the day to help you remember to get up and move around. Tip number 2 is try and use post-it notes. Grab a post-it note and jot something down. It can be anything. Motion is lotion, don't get stiff, anything you like really, but pop the post-it note on your monitor and that should serve as a consistent reminder throughout the day. Tip 3 is try and collab with a friend or colleague. Exercise is so much easier to do if you have somebody to do it with. It will give you that extra sense of motivation, accountability, and it will probably make you more disciplined. If you have any tips or advice for anybody else to try and keep people moving during the day at work, then drop a comment below. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found both the exercises and the advice useful. If you have, then please do give us a thumbs up. It really helps. And subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more of Genuine Physio's videos. If you have enjoyed today's video, you may also like the video I have put together on how to stay strong at your desk. That will be coming to you next week. When it's up, you'll be able to find it here and in the description below. You'll also find some useful information down there on today's topic. We're keen to interact with you, so come and say hi on all of the main social media platforms. And just before you go, I'd love to hear from you, so drop me a comment and let me know which exercise from today's video you found most useful. And until next time, I'll see you again very soon.